welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today I am working with Alipearl on this video, and I am going to be installing this gorgeous hair that they've sent to me. I'm also going to be doing some light makeup on my face, and I'm going to be answering a few of your questions. So I went over to my Instagram and I asked all of you guys, or all of my followers, to ask me questions about myself that I could answer in this video. Now, I've done a get to know me video before, but this was literally my first video. Like, that was my debut video on YouTube. So I thought, why not do an updated one, because so much has changed since that video. So yeah, I'm going to be answering all of your questions while I install this hair, and I will leave all of the details of this hair down below. So stay tuned and let's get right into the video. Remember to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and join this beautiful growing family. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so to get started, first of all, a big shout out to Alipearl for sponsoring today's video. They have sent me this gorgeous unit of curly hair to review for you guys. And I actually had initially recorded a video like this before leaving for Cape Town, but my mic was not on, so there was no audio on the video. And this is the same hair that I have on my Cape Town vlog. So yeah, which is why the lace is already cut off. But I'm actually glad I did that, because I can give you guys an honest review and say this is absolute quality hair. I love curly hair, but it can get a bit like high maintenance. But I've been dealing really well with this hair. All it needs is just good water and conditioner and a bit of mousse, and you're good to go. Last night I revived the curls by wetting it and just running a comb through it and using mousse as well, and this is what it currently looks like. Look at that movement as well, and it's super long. So in terms of the details of this hair, it is a 5x5 lace Swiss wig. It's a deep wave, and it is 24 inches long, and it is quite long, guys. I know for some of you that have watched the Cape Town vlog, you actually saw what the hair looks like on, and the length is quite lengthy, and also it's very thick. I think this is 180 percent in density, which I absolutely love. And yeah, what I've already done is I have bleached my knots, and I have plucked it as well. That is something you're gonna have to do, unfortunately, because the frontal is quite thick. So you're gonna have to pre-pluck, and you're gonna have to bleach your knots as well. But yeah, that's not, I mean, it's not too much work. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I will leave all the details of this hair down below. If you are interested in purchasing it, you can just follow the link down below. I'll leave it there. So yeah, let's get started with today's installation and our questions. Okay, so to get started, I'm gonna go in with these two items. This is the Got To Be gel and the blasting freeze spray. I've already put some of the gel in the back of my hand, and I'm using a makeup spoolie just to spread it. So the first question here is, how did you and your husband meet? So my husband and I met through, you can kind of say, mutual friends. So my then friend that I used to stay with had another guy friend who is friends with my husband. So there was a day where my friend and I went to go hang out at her friend's place, and then my husband showed up that day, and according to him, his story is that he had actually heard about me from his friend before. So the day we actually went to go chill at the friend's house, the friend let him know that, oh, by the way, that girl I told you about is here. So he showed up, and yeah, that's how we met, and the rest is history, basically. I didn't show you guys the inside, so This is what it looks like. There's an elastic band there. I think I put the elastic band in. Yeah, I did. So it didn't come with the elastic band sewn in. I actually put that in myself, and it's not too much stress. It's quite easy to do so. It did, however, come with these you know, the usual bra looking straps over here, but I found that it was a little bit too big for my head, so I just put the extra elastic just to be more secure and to make it easier for days where I don't feel like gluing it down. Then it's nice and secure. And also you have pins on the inside, see over there. The next question is, how old are you? I am 30 going on 31 this year. The next question is, what do you do for a living? So I'm a stay-at-home mom, guys, for the most part, and then I also do content creation here on YouTube like I'm doing now, and a bit of, you know, brand work on Instagram as well. But for the most part, I am a stay-at-home mommy. And the next question is, do you miss corporate? To be honest, I have days. I have my days. I have my days where I miss it, and I miss it because of the fixed income that I obviously get if I'm in if I have a job, like, you know, a permanent employment. I just miss knowing that I get a salary at a certain, you know, time of the month, because right now the way things are, it works like from month to month. There's some months where I don't have any, like, you know, campaigns going, or I haven't really recorded much YouTube videos, so the salary is different every single month. So that is the main thing that I honestly say I miss about corporate. And then sometimes I also just miss always having something to do, you know, and always being productive each and every single day. I miss that, because now, because things sort of work on my own time, like there's days where I just don't feel like doing anything, and I don't. You know, I don't have anyone to report to but myself. So I just miss that part of being in corporate as well. The fact that you literally need to, like, get things done each and every single day, you know, meet deadlines, make sure you're executing your tasks and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just nice having something to do, you know. Sometimes being idle gets a bit boring. But yeah, that's yeah, for the most part, that's the only thing I'd say I miss about corporate. And this is sometimes, like, there's sometimes where I feel like that, and sometimes I'm just like, I'm actually glad I'm not in corporate anymore. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. What is the next one? Where are you originally from? So I was born in Witbank in Mpumalanga, but I was raised, for the most part, I was raised in Gauteng. Yeah, in Gauteng, Pretoria, Centurion. When did you know hubby was the one? I don't know, it's hard to remember this one because we've been together for quite a number of years, but I know it wasn't an instant thing. Like, you know, we didn't like meet and in that day I was like, that's definitely the one, because please don't put that much pressure on anyone or yourself, even for that matter. So it took a couple of years, you know, we went through the relationship and its challenges, and we built memories and all of that stuff. So gradually then I obviously knew that this was the man I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I'm not too sure when exactly that was, but I know it wasn't an immediate thing. The next question is, if you could rewrite your life, which season would you repeat or which season would you write off? So if I had the opportunity to rewrite my life, I would definitely repeat the season of my life right now. So the season of being married, the season of having my children. Just this time of my life is honestly the happiest I have ever been. And so if I had any chance to repeat anything, it would definitely be like right now. In terms of writing anything off, I don't live my life in any regret. So there's nothing I'd say I would write off, because I feel like even with life's failures and mistakes, those things happen to shape who you are today. So there's nothing I would write off, because I probably wouldn't be the same Kanye that you guys are seeing now. So yeah. Are you from KZN? No, I think I've already answered this. I was born in Witbank, raised in Pretoria. How does it feel to live the life you manifested over time? It's still quite like shocking for me, you know, because there's so many moments where I actually think back on how, like, I'll have a moment where I'll be like, hold on, you've actually thought of this before, or you've actually mentioned this to someone before, or you've prayed about this before, and now here it is. It actually gives me goosebumps sometimes, how wonderful God is, and the fact that we are given the power to literally create and manifest anything according to His will is just like beautiful to know, and it's beautiful to experience. And that's why I speak so much about it, is because I want everyone else to experience it. Like, it's the most I can't explain it. It's like the coolest feeling ever to know that when God says in His word, ask and you shall receive, He means business, you know. The word of God does not lie. Everything in there is nothing but the truth. So yeah, it's cool to know that I've been given those powers to create and manifest any of my desires, you know. And God loves me that much that He helps me He gives me all of that, you know. So yeah, it's very nice to know that it's possible. The next one, this is also about faith. How has your faith journey been, and how do you stay on path? My faith journey has been, I'd say it's a roller coaster ride. You know, it has its ups, it has its downs. Sorry guys, I'm not busy with my hair because I'm just waiting for it to dry. Yeah, it has its ups, it has its downs. I mean, there's moments in my life where I know my faith wasn't as strong as it is today. And I think one of the reasons I've stayed on path is because of the man that I married. So literally from the day him and I met, like he's always just helped me strengthen my faith, strengthen my relationship with God, you know, and just like stay on path, like you say. And ways that I do that is obviously through prayer, through praise and worship. That is like so important to me. Before praying, if I can, I will just take some time to praise and worship God and just get into that moment, and it's just the most beautiful feeling ever. And then, you know, prayer and meditating on His word, reading the word of God as well, helps me strengthen my faith. Also reading or listening to you know, books that are about faith. I was recently actually listening to Michael Todd's Crazy Faith book on Audible, and you know, stuff like that actually like helps me stay on path, because it helps me realize if I'm doing something the wrong way or the right way, and how to enhance certain things. So yeah, listening to podcasts, following certain people, you know, on social media that speak on faith, and yeah, all of that stuff helps me stay on path. And then obviously praying and worshiping and just building a very honest and raw relationship with God. Yeah. And also another thing, I think it's really helped that I grew up in church. Like my mom raised us in church. From as little as I can remember, we've always been going to church. So even during times in my life where my faith wasn't necessarily strong, it has always been there, because that's, you know, God is all I know. God is all I've ever known, like my entire life. So that also helps out a lot. Okay. The next question is, what is your key to success? Honestly, I don't think I'm qualified to answer this question, because I don't think I've reached like my ultimate success. I mean, yes, there's a few things in my life that I have been successful in, like, you know, getting my qualifications and working for some time, and yeah, but for me personally, I don't think I've like reached my ultimate success. But I'll answer this based on the little success that I've gained so far. All I can say is just hard work and believe in yourself. That's literally all there is to it. If you put in the work, there's just no way that you won't eventually reach success. There will be moments of failure, and that is absolutely okay, because then you just learn from those lessons and then pick yourself up and, you know, just keep going. So hard work, resilience is very important as well, and yeah, just knowing exactly what you want out of your life. What's your opinion on Fat and Set? For some of you that aren't from South Africa or don't know, Fat and Set is cohabitation, so living with someone before marriage. And honestly, I've said this to people a number of times. I'm a strong believer in this. I know some people might have objecting opinions, but each to their own. I honestly think it is so important to cohabitate before getting married. You know, it is so important to stay with someone, even if it's briefly, before getting married, because I feel like you don't really like know someone to the core until you actually live with them for you know, a bit. Yeah, that's just my opinion. How do you manage to look so good with 2 kids? Oh, thank you so much. I'm flattered that you think I look good. Thank you very much. But honestly, I don't look like I look on, you know, social media all the time, you know. So days where I look good is days where I just put in the effort, and I have the time to put in the effort. And yeah, just start up. And also just, I feel like looking good just makes you feel good as well, and it boosts up your confidence also. So it's something that is very vital to me. But honestly, 80% of the time, girl, 80% of the time I look quite the mess, you know, especially because I spend most of my time at home. So yeah, I get very, very comfortable. Do you prefer being a working mom or a stay-at-home mom? I definitely prefer being a stay-at-home mom. So part of the reasons why I left corporate was because of my son. So to give you guys a bit of a background story, I left corporate when I was pregnant with Micah. So instead of taking maternity leave, I just decided to resign entirely and then take a break and then see if I want to get back into it later or if I just want to leave corporate entirely. That was the plan when I first left. And then a few months down the line, I think around 4-5 months down the line, I got an offer that I couldn't refuse from another company, and so I took it while Micah was around like 5 months old. Sorry guys. You know that feeling when you feel like sneezing but it's not coming out? Sorry. Micah was like 5 months. I went back to corporate for working for a different company, and I only did that for about 4 months because I hated the fact that I was missing so many of I was missing spending time with him, especially in such a crucial time of his life. I mean, it was the first year of his life. It was the first year of me being a mom. And yeah, I just felt very, very sad that I was missing those moments. And obviously, once I can't get them back, you know, once I've missed it, I can't get it back. I mean, I think the first time he started crawling, even I wasn't at home to see him crawling. And that broke me. So yeah, I decided to leave corporate so I could, you know, raise my baby. And now that there's 2 even, I definitely prefer being a stay-at-home mom than a working mom.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
What is the next question? At what age did you meet your husband? I met my husband at how old was I think 22, 23, 20. My maths is defeating me right now. 23, yeah. Have you found your purpose in life? So this is quite an interesting one. I honestly don't think that life has just one set I don't think God has like one set purpose for us. I think we live our lives with different purposes. Yes, with different purposes. So yeah, I don't believe that you know, find one set purpose and then that is literally it for the rest of your life. No, I think we just have like a lot of different purposes in life, and I think I've found one of them, which is for me personally to be a nurturer. So, you know, being a wife and a mom is very, very purposeful for me. Like, I feel like that is honestly one of the things God has created me to do. He has put me on this earth to give me children that I am able to raise according to his will, and I think that is very, very purposeful. And then obviously I can't do that on my own. I need to have a partner in order to do that, and being a wife to my husband is also very purposeful for me. So I do know that there's still like a lot of things that I am yet to discover that are my purpose, but I think this one particular one I have actually found, because honestly guys, nothing gives me more fulfillment than being a mom and a wife. Like nothing, absolutely nothing. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. How do you cope with 2 children every day? Honestly, I don't even know. No, I'm kidding. I have help, you know. I have like I said earlier, I'm so grateful for the help that I have. The kids have a nanny. My husband is very, very hands-on, and my mom is here like most of the time during weekends, and my sister-in-law is also here sometimes, you know, to give us a hand. So I have help. I think that's how I do it. I don't know how on earth I would be able to do it on my own. That's why I always say with single moms, like, those are the biggest heroes, guys, because it honestly takes a village to raise a child, and women that are doing it on their own are like, yeah, they honestly just the heroes, the real heroes of this world. So yeah, that's how I cope with 2 kids. I have help, which I'm very, very grateful for. How long have you and your husband been together? We are going on 8 years now. So yeah, And then the next one is, oh wait, I skipped one. What did you study in, what did you study in university? So my degree, I went to UJ and I studied a BA in marketing communications. I think they've actually changed the name of it now. It's probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's called strategic communications now, because I remember in my last year, that's when they were phasing the whole name of marketing communications out. I think it's called strategic communications now. But yeah, that's basically what I studied, and it's basically advertising. Yeah, that is what I studied. And then I also did a course in financial planning. I got an NQF level 5 in financial planning, and I did that via Mopark Education. So yeah, those are the two things that I studied. Would you join the Real Housewives of Johannesburg? Absolutely not. First of all, I don't even think I'm at the level for that. And another thing, I feel like with reality TV, you can't control the narrative. You can't control, the story that's being like portrayed or told. Unlike with YouTube, like when I do my vlogs, I have 100% control over that. So I can say if I'm removing certain things, if I'm not going to speak on certain things, and I don't think you have that privilege on reality show. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I say absolutely not. I could never. And also, okay, let me not say I could never. I don't think I'd be able to. Let me rather say that. And also, I just think, what's this? Sorry guys, I'm losing my train of thought. Like, how do people do makeup and talk at the same time? And they make it look so easy. Yeah, so that's the reason why I think I could never survive as a Real Housewife. And also, as much as I'm on social media and I'm on this platform as well, I think I live quite like a private life. To some degree, my life is quite private. There's a lot of things that go on that people know absolutely nothing about. And if you're on a reality show, you're just opening yourself up to like people just knowing your goddamn business when they have no need to be knowing anything about you. So yeah, that's why I don't think I'd ever be on a reality show. And also, I feel like those shows thrive on drama. I mean, they're all about drama. That's just what the shows are about. And then now, honestly, I'm a very drama-free person. I don't like confrontation. It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't like fights. I cry a lot, and so I'd probably be bullied on a show like that. And yeah, no, it just didn't work out for me. No. Is 20-year-old you proud of the woman you've become? Absolutely. Yeah, I think so. You know what, 20-year-old Kanye 20-year-old Kanye was a lot more different than this Kanye, because with maturity and with life experiences and mistakes that you make and less life lessons, you just grow into who you are supposed to be, I guess. I always say the 20s are your years to make all of the mistakes. 20s are the years to make, the dumb decisions and the mistakes, but the most important thing is you need to learn from your mistakes. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you're in your 20s, honestly, just enjoy your life, make the mistakes, but also learn from them, you know. Let every year sort of be a year for you to gain a bit of wisdom, and yeah, better yourself. But 20-year-old Kanye would definitely be super proud of you know who I've become. Which contraceptive are you using? So I have a copper IUD. Yeah, I have a copper IUD. I've used the pill a number of times, and all the times I've tried, so I've tried like different brands. I think I've tried like 3 different brands. It just didn't work for me. It made my period pains so like hectic, and I've never been a person that like has hectic period pains until I'm actually on the pill, and it would make my menstrual cycle go on for way too long. I'm speaking like literally 2 weeks, which doesn't seem okay. So I then, after Zoe, actually I got the copper IUD installed, and I've obviously had that for over 6 months now. It has not given me any issues whatsoever. The nice thing about the copper one is it has 0 hormones. It doesn't have any hormonal things to it, so it's literally just like a copper wire that's blocking your tubes, and that's, or blocking your uterus or something like that. That's how you don't fall pregnant. So it doesn't have any hormones. So if you're someone that like doesn't deal well with the whole hormonal thing in contraceptives, I'd definitely highly recommend the copper IUD, and you can keep it for 5 years. So every 5 years, it's either you install another one, or you just like take it out entirely. So yeah, humble beginnings or a soft life since birth. Definitely humble beginnings. Yeah, humble beginnings. But I'm actually glad my life was like that, because it's taught me to literally work very hard for everything that I want. You know, I started working from a very young age, and I continuously worked throughout varsity. I used to do promotions, yeah, because that's literally what I needed to do, you know, to help my parents out. So yeah, I think growing up with humble beginnings has just taught me to work really hard. So I appreciate that about my life. Yeah. Any regrets since leaving your 9 to 5? No, I don't have any regrets, because honestly, like, it's given me enough time to be with, you know, my babies, my family, my husband. And when my husband and I decide we want to take a holiday, it's not like stress because, oh, I haven't accumulated enough days from work or whatever. So no, I don't regret it, and I'm absolutely grateful that I was able to actually leave my 9 to 5 and be okay. Like, to God, I am extremely grateful for that. That is a blessing. I have, no regrets. Like I said, I don't live my life with regrets, you know. Regrets don't help with anything. You can't change your past, but what you can do is learn from your failures, and there's no point in regretting anything in life, guys. If there's one thing I can tell you, it's that. What would you say to your 25-year-old self? What would I say to my 25-year-old self? You know what? I'd say your life is already planned out. Trust that God has a plan for your life, and a plan to give you a future, a plan to make you prosper and not to harm you. Any situation that seems difficult or tough, this too shall pass. You're going to look back at it and actually be like, wow, I actually made it through that. Don't be tough on yourself, and there's no pressure or time frame to be anything or anyone at any particular time. Just let your life play out the way your life is supposed to play out, and follow your intuition, follow your gut feeling with literally everything that you do. Those, I don't even know how many points that was, but those are the top things that I would tell my 25-year-old self. Yeah. Best thing that's ever happened to you. The best thing that has ever happened to me is my family. So my husband, my children is honestly the best thing that has ever happened to me. It makes me so happy. It fulfills me so much to get to be a mom and a wife. It's honestly something I've always wanted, and yeah, it's the greatest thing that has ever happened to me. How was your first job? So I'll answer this in terms of like my first job, guys. So I did an internship with a certain department in government. I wouldn't say which, but yeah, I did an internship there. So that was, you could kind of say that was my first job outside of doing like promos. My first official job after varsity was an internship with government, and it was interesting, guys. Let me just say that much. Also, another thing, the internship that I got was not in line with what I studied. It was a lot of administrative work, which I don't know if it still goes on now, but essentially that's what interns do. You run around printing stuff and writing emails and all of that admin work, and I just felt like I was wasting a bit of my time because I wasn't really gaining experience in the field of marketing, which I studied and which I absolutely enjoyed. So I wanted to get experience in that field and not necessarily an administrative background. But also at the same time, it was good that I did that internship because it gave me experience. Fortunately, in the corporate world, they tend to only take you seriously if you have experience, which is crazy because if I'm from varsity, how do you expect me to have experience? But anyway, so yeah, that was my first job, and I honestly hated it. But now that I'm like much older and more mature, I see the benefits of it. I see how vital it was. It also just prepared me for the corporate world a bit. So yeah. Next question is, how do you stay content, calm, and peaceful? I actually find it so funny that a lot of you like saying that you find me very calm and peaceful. I don't feel calm, guys, like at all. I honestly don't feel calm. But thank you very much that you think I'm a calm and peaceful person. I try to be. But how do I do it? I think meditation for me works very, very, very well. Like, it helps me keep myself centered. It reduces anxiety. I know I've spoken on this before that there was a time where I dealt with a lot of anxiety, and just not that there was anything stressing me out at that particular time, but I felt like just out of nowhere, like I'd be so anxious, like, and it would feel like I'm about to have a panic attack. And I haven't actually had that experience in a while, and because I meditate and I pray like a lot, so I know if I feel like I'm about to get anxious about something or stressed out about something, I honestly pray in that very moment, even if it's just praying in my heart, and that calms me down a lot. A lot of breathing, like breath work, also helps, which is part of what you do when you're meditating. So yeah, I think that's how I mostly keep peaceful. And I like journaling a lot as well, so that also contributes to sort of a very like calm zen mindset. And content, I mean, listen, your life is your life. Whatever you don't like in life, you have every power, and I mean every power, to change it. So either just be very happy with the life that you have, or if you're not, change it. You can change it, so change it, you know. That's how I stay content. And also I know that what is meant for me will never pass me. Like, God has shown me so many times that he has a plan for me. Like, he's in so many ways, guys. There's so many instances where I sit and I think, wow, God, really? So that was that. Like, that was 1, 2, and 3. You've always had a plan, like from get-go. There comes a time in life where you literally see your life as this big picture, and sort of all these little things that happen in between are part of this like big picture. They sort of, it all makes sense, you know what I mean? Like, you see, oh, so that's why this happened, that's why this happened, and that's because God has a plan. So that's how I stay content. If ever I have, you know, I think we're all human. We have those moments of feeling like, oh, but if things were like this and if things were like that. I cancel that thought as soon as I realize that I am doing it, because it's not good. Like, it's not good at all. And I cancel it by thinking of something that I am grateful for, you know, like, yeah, just thinking of something that I'm extremely grateful for. Even praying in that moment also helps. So that's how I stay content. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Obviously my makeup, I kept it quite subtle. I don't even have lash extensions on, which is fine because the star of the show is the hair. Again guys, these curls are so soft and bouncy, and like the hair moves around, and I don't know if you guys can actually see the curls in the camera, but look at this. I absolutely love it. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning into today's video, guys. Remember to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.